Marcus Webb was the kind of man who never expected anything in return for doing the right thing. At 34, he worked double shifts at a small auto repair shop in Columbus, Ohio, coming home every evening with grease under his fingernails and a tired smile on his face. His 7-year-old daughter, Lily, would always run to the door when she heard his boots on the porch steps. And that alone made every exhausting hour worth it. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please stay with us and watch this story till the end. If there is any mistake or shortcoming in our story, please kindly forgive us and support us with your love, patience, and encouragement. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. And tell us in the comments where in the world you're watching from. Your support means everything to us. Since his wife had passed away 2 years ago from a sudden illness, Marcus had become both mother and father to Lily, packing her lunch every morning, braiding her hair badly but lovingly, and reading her 2 chapters every night before bed. Life was tight, the bills were constant, and the future felt uncertain. But Marcus never complained, because complaining, he believed, changed nothing. On a Tuesday evening in late October, Marcus decided to treat Lily to dinner at a modest Italian restaurant downtown, something they did once a month when payday aligned with a coupon in the mail. They sat in a corner booth, Lily coloring on the paper placemat with crayons the waitress had brought, Marcus quietly reviewing a repair estimate on his phone. A few tables away, an older woman sat alone, elegantly dressed, silver hair pinned neatly above her collar. She was perhaps 70. Dining quietly with a glass of water and a small pasta dish. Marcus noticed her briefly and then looked back at his phone. Minutes later, something made him look up again. The woman had gone very still. Her hand was at her throat. Her face had changed color. The restaurant noise continued around her as if nothing was wrong, and nearly every other patron was looking at their own plates or their own conversations. Marcus was on his feet before he even made a conscious decision to move. He crossed the room quickly, knelt beside her chair, and recognized immediately that she was choking. He performed the Heimlich maneuver with firm, practiced motions. He had learned it years ago, during a first aid course his late wife had insisted they both take. On the 3rd attempt, the obstruction cleared. The woman gasped, coughed hard, and grabbed the edge of the table. The restaurant fell into a stunned silence. Marcus steadied her with one hand on her back, asked if she could breathe, asked if she was all right. She nodded, with tears running silently down her cheeks. The manager appeared, staff gathered. Someone called for an ambulance as a precaution. Through all of it, Marcus simply stayed beside her, calm and steady, until paramedics arrived and confirmed she was stable. He gave his name to no one, declined the manager's offer of a free meal, returned to his daughter, and finished the evening as if nothing extraordinary had happened. Lily had seen everything. She asked her father why he helped the lady. Marcus put a crayon back in the box, looked at his daughter and said, "Because she needed help and I was there. That's the whole reason." 4 days later, on a Saturday morning, a black car with tinted windows pulled slowly onto Marcus's street and stopped in front of his house. A uniformed driver stepped out, walked to the door, and knocked 3 times. Marcus opened it in his work clothes, confused. The driver handed him a sealed envelope and said, "Mrs. Eleanor Hartwell requests the honor of your time." "Sir, if you are willing." Marcus opened the envelope. Inside was a handwritten note, neat, deliberate cursive, from the woman at the restaurant. She explained that she was Eleanor Hartwell, that her late husband had founded one of the largest logistics companies in the Midwest, and that she had spent 3 days trying to find him through the restaurant staff, her personal assistant, and finally a private contact. She was not writing to repay a debt, she said, but because she had looked into his life at the suggestion of her attorney, and had learned about his daughter, about the loss of his wife, about the long hours and the quiet sacrifices. She asked only to meet. Marcus sat on the porch step for a long time with that letter in his hands. He thought about saying no. He thought about his pride, about how he never did things for reward. Then he thought about Lily and about the future he wanted to build for her. and he folded the letter carefully and agreed to go. What followed changed their lives entirely. Eleanor Hartwell paid off every debt Marcus carried, established a full college fund for Lily, and offered Marcus a management role at the foundation. She ran in her late husband's name. She told him in their first meeting that she had no children, that she had spent years looking for someone worth trusting with her legacy, and that sometimes life sends you exactly the person you need in the most unexpected way. Marcus never forgot that Tuesday evening. He never forgot that he had acted without thinking, without calculating, without hoping for anything in return. And perhaps that is exactly why everything that followed found its way to him. If this story moved your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories, where every story reminds us that one simple act of goodness can change everything.